Hey everyone, I'm Dan.
I'm Elisa.
And this is our JRPGLife. Today, we're going to do a couple things. First of all, we're going to wear some amazing sweaters.
It's kind of chilly in here.
Yeah, let's do this. So we're here in our garage, and today we're going to talk about something pretty important. There we go.
Oh, that's better.
That's much better. We're going to go over the top 10 RPGs on the Nintendo 64. All right, let's grab them. We've got Aiden Chronicles,
Paper Mario,
Quest 64,
Ogre Battle. Oh, get that Harvest Moon. Yeah.
And,
Is that it?
What the heck are you doing in my garage? Where'd you get such amazing sweaters? Greetings, everyone. I'm Mort. This is the garage, and freaking Elisa.
all right, so it's all you, honey.
Okay, so, oh, you meant your wife. Sorry.
So we're going to talk about the top 10 JRPGs for the N64.
Not including Zelda, because elitist JRPG Dan, that is his new moniker, says, "Oh, Zelda's not an RPG because you don't turn-base your fights."
No, it's not just that. It's character development.
It's just that. That's literally all he cares
okay.
about. And the fact that Link's dialogue is, what? Like the whole game.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, listen!
Mort having a complete N64 collection, all in box. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you've played every single game start to finish.
Twice.
So
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
we want to ask you and your expertise on a lot of these N64 games because it wasn't a system we really played a lot of.
Yeah.
I did, actually. But I only played like 4 games over and over. Mario Kart, GoldenEye.
I haven't actually played those games yet. Yeah, I collected them, but I've never played Mario Kart 64 or GoldenEye. Literally everyone around me was like, let's play Aiden Chronicles, and I was like, oh, again?
Well, the thing is it's not fun to play nowadays.
Yeah, well, I've heard that, but
Yeah.
if you've got nostalgia, nostalgia makes all the past shine brighter.
Yeah, you think so. So these are the 5, obviously, RPGs that we recognize as RPGs on the N64. Aiden Chronicles, Harvest Moon, Ogre Battle, Paper Mario, and the best of them all, Quest.
Those are the top 10 JRPGs
Yes.
on the Nintendo 64.
Starting with Aiden Chronicles, tell us about this game. Start to finish, what's the plot? How's the game progression, gameplay?
Great question. I'll happily fill in those things for you. So this is Mike, and this is Susan, and his cape is called an Aiden cape, and it's the chronicle of how this cape made its way from a dungeon that was guarded by a dragon called Beardy. And what Beardy would do was he would, see, here's the dragon right here. You can see him on the corner of the box. And what he would do was he would be like, "You can't take that cape." And then Mike was like, "Yes, I can." And then Susan was like, "What?" And then they got married, and then the strength of their relationship was what helped them overcome the dragon. I don't know if you're familiar with the concept of a turn-based battle, but it's where...
Just a little.
It's where you take turns fighting each other, much like in real life. You're like, okay, like, you know, you get in a street fight and someone's like... They slap you in the face, and then you're like, okay, oh, that hurt me 2 points, and then you go back to the person. So
Very realistic.
very simulation-y. It's THQ, so there's an appearance by SpongeBob SquarePants at one part of this game as well.
Yeah, I think that's probably pretty close.
I can go all day.
Apparently. So we have played a little bit of this game.
Yes.
Have you played a little bit of this game?
I've played a little bits of the game. When it came out legitimately on the Nintendo 64, people were really excited because N64 owners were starved for this genre on the console. This game came out and was supposed to be an answer to that, and it never rose above mediocrity at its best.
I would say, from what we've played of it, it's probably the closest to an actual RPG, not counting Ogre Battle for tactical stuff. Have you played it? Have you beat it? Are you like Mort and you just complete all your games start to finish and know them like he explained, like the back of his hand?
Obviously.
Do you like dragons?
You're dragging me into this one.
A little bit. We've all played Harvest Moon, right?
I've actually not played Harvest Moon 64.
Have you played a Harvest Moon?
No. The thought of doing a farming simulation is not usually what makes me excited to play a game. But I know that that's part of the charm. Is it's like Animal Crossing before Animal Crossing, and I know that this game is considered one of the better games in the series overall. What would you think?
I have not played this version of it. Harvest Moon on the Game Boy and Game Boy Color were what we both played a lot of, and they were great.
So it's a very chill, laid-back kind of game where you just farm, you raise cows, chickens, sheep,
Just like real life.
Except I don't think there's a mortgage in this one, so that really is more chill.
I'm playing Story of Seasons right now for the Switch, and I love it, by the way, which is basically Harvest Moon, but Marvelous doesn't have the rights to the name Harvest Moon.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
it's just the game.
Ogre Battle 64 is a strategy RPG.
So here's the thing a lot of people probably don't know about us. We're not big strategy RPG fans.
We're dabbling.
We're dabbling. Don't hold this against us. We just beat Final Fantasy Tactics together for the first time.
Everyone
Loved
I know
it.
that, yeah, that's the review across the board from Ed. I've never met someone who's like, it was okay. Everyone is like, it is the best.
I've played it a couple times growing up, and I couldn't get into the tactical style. Now, I was obsessed with it. I don't know about the 64 version of how it compares to the others, but I know the original Ogre Battle on PlayStation has some of the best job classes. There's an insane amount of job classes, which is what it's known for, and the job development, how it works, is one of the best in class.
The Super Nintendo one is really good as well. Isn't that where Final Fantasy Tactics was derived from?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. You know what? It's by Atlas, and you buy all the Atlas games.
This game, I believe, is on the Switch's online service right now.
Yeah.
Every time I sit down and pull out this game, I'm always just so intimidated. I need to take a college course on how to play this game before I'm even ready to play it, because the amount of management and things that are in these games are so overwhelmingly just complex, and I think that's the charm of this series.
That's why I love that kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Right,
I'm into
right.
it.
And in that way, I mean, this is the best version of chess on the N64, right?
Right.
I sit in front of it and go, well,
It's intimidating.
yeah, big gulps, huh?
I know a lot of people classify this as an RPG. It does have turn-based combat, but I wouldn't call it an RPG otherwise. It just has RPG combat.
That makes sense, but the writing in the Paper Mario games is stellar.
True.
And in a sense, this is the sequel to Super Mario RPG.
Yeah,
So
that's the closest they got.
What I love about the Paper Mario series is people like me who find a lot of RPGs very intimidating with all the management. This is a very accessible game, but it's a very high quality game.
You're right. The dialogue is what really sets Paper Mario apart, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be as funny as it is.
Right.
This
The
game,
best for last.
It's infamous.
We did a questionnaire at SoCal, Retro Gaming Expo, and we asked everybody what their favorite and least favorite RPGs were, and this by far was
Didn't make
everybody's
the list on any of
least
it.
favorite.
What?
This one and Final Fantasy Mystic Quest for the Super Nintendo.
I didn't know Mystic Quest had that much hate.
Yeah, we call it baby's first RPG.
I'm okay with that.
I mean, this game is weird. They tried.
The
THQ,
highest
right?
praise I've heard is that this game is extremely okay.
Gerard the Completionist did a completionist on it. You know, it's easy to dunk on this game because it's called Quest 64, and your main character's name is Brian. It does not become more generic than that if you tried.
Oh, you said Mike in this one, so that's pretty generic too, right?
Well, but it's spelled differently. What I liked about Gerard's review was he really was thorough and thoughtful on the mechanics of it, but he didn't take it as an opportunity to say this game is terrible. I would think for the two of you that going to Quest 64 would be like, are you joking me right now?
Yeah. What is your favorite RPG on the system, Mort?
I think for me it's going to be Paper Mario because of the writing. If you take the labels off of it, like the purpose of an RPG, what is the point of it? The point of it as a genre is to tell a good story with thoughtful combat, right?
Yeah.
And that's why the combat is paced the way that it is. But for Paper Mario, what I like is that if you just look at it as a game that happens to be an RPG, then it's great on its own. But if you're trying to make it stand up to Final Fantasy, you're going to have a different response.
So what about you?
So, I want to play Ogre Battle 64, but most likely I would play Harvest Moon if we're being realistic.
For me, my favorite is definitely going to be Ogre Battle. I'm into it now.
Is it because you're pretentious and had to choose an Atlas title?
I will give Daniel high pressure to play this.
This is what happens in our household when we find a great RPG that's like strategic or super complex. She goes, "Here, honey, play it."
I want you to play this.
And we call that the couple's experience, where
Yeah.
one person is doing the playing, the other one's doing the enjoying. So comment below, what do you guys think of the N64, especially as an RPG machine? It's not really known for it.
This is why my family didn't collect this growing up, is the lack of RPGs.
Yeah.
So to be clear, we don't hate the N64.
No.
We don't think it actually sucks. We just think it sucks for RPGs.
Definitely sucks for RPGs.
So thank you guys for watching. And remember, the friends that go through N64 RPGs together, stay together. Take care, everybody.
That was good.
We'll see y'all next time.
All right.
All right, super free.